it's for us that we have to live with. My mom raised 4 kids by herself. She didn't have the luxury of traditional child rearing techniques like timeout and negotiating and counting to 3. She needed more immediate solutions. When us kids would start to fight, she'd calmly walk over to the phone and call the hitter house on us. That stopped the fight immediately, because the hitter house was where they took bad children that liked to hit. They'd pick the children up in little caged trucks, take like the one on Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, take them to the hitter house, strap them to turnstiles, and give them big sticks to hit each other with. Disturbing, yes, but effective. We had minky monsters that lived under our beds. Every night Mom would get the broom and she'd knock the minky monsters back into the corners so we could run and jump in bed. And once we were all safe and sound and tucked in, we didn't dare get out of bed till morning. Because if we did, the minky monsters would grab us by our ankles and drag us under the beds, never to be seen again. Terrifying, but effective. These little wussy kids today would not have survived my mother. I had 3 older siblings, all very talented. The only thing I was good at was being invisible, which I thought was a bad thing until I had to go to Catholic school for 8 years, and I wasn't Catholic. Turns out being invisible means I didn't have to participate in all the extracurricular activities, and knowing all the fun facts we know now, I'd say it was more of a blessing. In high school, I was no longer invisible, and I knew this because I had to wear glasses and braces. Not an attractive look. But I had a boyfriend, and he pulled out a picture of this cute blonde, and ever so sweetly said, "See, I could have someone beautiful, but I love you." So after a failed marriage at 19, I had no self-esteem. I had no identity of my own. But I did have an outgrown Catholic schoolgirl's uniform. So I did what I should have done instead of getting married at 19. I became a showgirl, which is fancy for stripper with an act. Best choice life ever threw at me. I finally had an identity of my own. It was a fake identity, but it was mine. And she had confidence. Now, I wouldn't go so far as to say it was 90s Barbie doll confidence. It was more like the miniature pre-boob job Dawn doll. Okay, not Dawn herself. Dawn's friend Angie confidence. But we really had a good time. Contrary to popular belief, we were not floozy, splitting around in glitter and cotton candy perfume like nowadays. Although I'm pretty sure I started the cotton candy perfume thing. You're welcome. This was the 90s when glam rock was the big thing. I think Poison started the glitter thing. Anyways, we were groupies because if you didn't have long hair, were anorexic, and looked like you had hepatitis, we wouldn't give you a second look. That was husband number 2. We've grown up since then. Well, I have. She still likes younger, muscular men. So I got her one, met him in prison through the Adopticon program. It's a little risky, but I'm not dumb. I did my research. I got the one that didn't do it. Besides, 3rd time's a charm, right? I was pretty excited because I hadn't had sex in a while. And I was fairly confident that he hadn't had sex in a while because you do know there is no such thing as non-consensual sex in prison. If you don't consent, they just beat the shit out of you till you do. And I'd only ever seen him with one black eye. Black eye! Not black eye, black eye! The bad news was, I was right, but he was forced to avoid sex like the plague for so long, he's not that into it anymore. The good news is, that's okay. I'm not that good at it anymore. I'm not as limber as I used to be. Everything's drying up. I choke on anything that hits that one spot in the back of my throat. And now, with the lack of sensitivity, the fucking spin cycle on my washing machine doesn't even work anymore. Menopause sucks. It's like puberty, except instead of periods and pimples and crazy hormones, it's age spots and hot flashes and crazy hormones. But when you're coming of age, they glamorize it. They call those the wonder years. When you get to my age, they need to call those the what the fuck years. I woke up this morning, rigor mortis was setting in. Oh, what the fuck. Then I looked in the mirror. It's the zombie apocalypse and I'm turning. My hair is thinning and changing colors. My skin is turning to crepe paper and changing colors. I'm stiff, slow moving, and all I want to do is bite the head off anyone I come in contact with. I did not choose to get old, but here I am, like it or not, on that downhill slide. And it's not a fun slide. Sometimes it's a water slide, which sounds fun in theory, not so much. And those awful commercials that are so positive, boys under pressure and boys in my pants. That depends. I tried wearing those undergarments to the gym. Adult butts in diapers and spandex are not discreet. Caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror. My butt looked like a cardboard box someone had left out in the rain. It was horrifying. Then it was depressing because I wasn't wearing the damn thing anymore. But all the diet and exercise in the world doesn't stop the process. It doesn't fix certain things that just come with age. Like when your eyesight starts to go, let it. That is nature's way of saying, you've seen enough. The problem is, other people can still see. So get all the surgeries and spare parts and upgrades and nips and tucks and whatever you can think of as soon as you can, because Father Time is a sneaky, sadistic SOB who shows no mercy, knows no safe words, and will ultimately bag you, sag you, tag you, and 50 Shades of Grey your ass. Like that, any woman you could be dancing on a stage, these guys in Pervert Row throwing money at you, you take a sexy spin, boom, your vertigo kicks in. Now, you're standing in a puddle, hanging on for dear life, with one boob stuck in your armpit while the other one bounces off the pole and slaps you upside your head. What the fuck? When your boobs can beat the crap out of you, I think at that point, boob jobs should be considered medical necessities and, like a certain little blue pill, be covered under Medicare. Other shit sags you don't even think of. Knees sag. Mine, when I'm not wearing 2 pairs of pantyhose, look like, well, they look like they need to be circumcised. That's what they look like. Anybody else with uncircumcised dick knees? Just you wait. A friend of mine had a man lift. Have you heard of this? It's a scrotal reduction because he had old man balls. Oh yes, men sag too. I know, what the fuck. So I tell him, that thing's gonna quit on you anyways. You might as well have fun with what you got, right? Like, you could let people play with them, like click-clacks. Remember those? Those were so fun. Or strap a paddle on it and have your own little paddle ball set. He didn't think that was funny at all. But the first time he sat on the toilet and those bad boys went bungee diving, he jumped up so fast they shot back up, wrapped themselves around him, and hung on for dear life. Scared the shit out of all 4 of them. Some women have a similar issue. I call them my squid lips. I just get sexier by the minute, don't I? There's a surgery for that too. And I was considering having that done, but I was in the tub relaxing, and I felt something moving down there. I'm like, what the fuck? I look, and my squid lips are happily communication devices, finally, all I have to do is figure out which direction to go, lay back, and release the Kraken. Thank you guys. Thank you for choosing to